In the year 2045, Earth was not the bustling, overcrowded planet it used to be. Climate change, wars, and a shrinking biodiversity had left their scars. Yet, in the vast emptiness of the New Mexican desert, something extraordinary was about to happen that would change the course of human history forever. Dr. Elena Miles, an astrophysicist working with the Global Surveillance for Extraterrestrial Activities, was on duty at the monitoring station nestled under the expansive, starlit sky. The facility was a forest of satellite dishes and radar antennas, all pointed expectantly into space. Elena had always believed that the question wasn't if they would find extraterrestrial life, but when. Tonight her beliefs would be put to the test. At exactly 3:17 a.m., a sharp, piercing signal cut through the static of space communications. Elena, half dozing at her console, jerked awake as the alarms blared. The signal was strong, structured, and undeniably artificial. It was coming from something that had just entered the Earth's atmosphere. The government acted swiftly. Within hours, the area around the signal's projected landing site was cordoned off, and a team of military units, scientists, and diplomats, including Dr. Miles, were dispatched. They arrived just in time to see the ship, sleek, metallic, and humming with an otherworldly energy, make a gentle, controlled descent onto the desert floor. The world held its breath as the hatch of the spacecraft opened with a hiss. Out stepped beings that were unmistakably alien. They were tall, with translucent skin that shimmered under Earth's sun, and eyes that seemed to hold galaxies within them. Elena's heart raced. This was the moment she had dreamed of. The aliens, known as the Kalari, introduced themselves through a device that remarkably translated their thoughts into English. They explained that they were explorers, peaceful in nature, seeking to establish contact with other intelligent species. As a gesture of goodwill, they invited a group of humans to enter their ship. Elena was among those selected. Inside, the ship was a marvel of technology and design, with corridors that glowed softly and walls that seemed to pulse with life. The Kalari were gracious hosts, showing their guests the intricacies of their. Inside the Kalari spacecraft, Dr. Elena Miles found herself standing in the control room, a cavernous space filled with luminescent panels and floating holographic displays. The air was charged with a gentle hum, almost musical, an ambiance that felt both alien and inviting. The Kalari moved with a fluid grace, their movements synced with the pulsating lights that adorned the walls and ceilings. The captain of the vessel, whom they referred to simply as Talon, guided Elena and her team through the ship. This, Talon gestured to a large spherical device at the center of the room, is the heart of Nolara. It powers not only this ship, but also sustains us. It glowed a deep blue, with tendrils of light that seemed to reach out gently towards anyone nearby. Elena, always curious, asked about the source of the energy. Talon explained that it was derived from a cosmic phenomenon known only to their kind, capable of harnessing the fabric of space-time itself. This revelation was beyond anything Elena had studied. It hinted at possibilities that Earth's physics had not even theorized. As they continued their tour, they approached a chamber that Talon hesitated to open. After a moment of what seemed like contemplative silence, he pressed his hand against the door, which slid open noiselessly. Inside, there were rows of crystalline structures that pulsed with a spectrum of colors. "These are our memory archives," Talon shared. "Each crystal holds thousands of years of knowledge and history." Elena was mesmerized by the concept, memories and knowledge stored in crystals, accessible and eternal. As she reached out to touch one, Talon cautioned, "They are more than mere records. They are experiences waiting to be lived." When Elena's fingers brushed against a crystal, visions flooded her mind. Alien landscapes, strange technologies, and the Kalari's historical moments, all vivid and intense. Recovered from the overwhelming influx of alien memories, Elena discussed with her team the potential for a mutual exchange of knowledge. Talon seemed agreeable, noting, however, that such a partnership would require trust and understanding, virtues that were foundational to the Kalari way of life. As the tour concluded, an unexpected alert resonated throughout the ship. Talon's demeanor shifted from open and hospitable to tense and guarded. "We have detected an anomaly," he announced, eyes narrowing. "It seems another human has found their way inside our vessel, unauthorized." The team was stunned. No additional humans were supposed to be aboard. Talon led them hastily towards the source of the alert, deep within the engineering bay. There, amidst the complex machinery and glowing conduits, stood a lone figure. A young man, seemingly unaffected by the security measures designed to incapacitate intruders. Elena recognized him instantly as Michael Torres, a former military engineer known for his audacious spirit and unorthodox methods. "Michael, how did you—" she began, but was cut off by Talon's firm voice. "We must understand how he has breached our defenses. Our technology is designed to neutralize any threat," Talon explained, visibly puzzled. Michael, with a grin, responded, "Maybe your tech isn't ready for a human touch." The situation posed a new set of questions. How did Michael bypass the alien technology? Was there something unique about him? Or had he discovered a flaw in the Kalari systems? As these thoughts raced through Elena's mind, she realized that the arrival of the Kalari might have brought more than just the promise of friendship and knowledge. It might have also brought unforeseen challenges and dangers. In the engineering bay of the Kalari ship, tension hung thick as the crew and Earth's delegates stared at Michael Torres, who stood casually, almost defiantly, among the alien technology. Talon, with a glance that swept the room, signaled to his crew to stand down. "Let us understand, not confront," he said, his voice a mix of curiosity and caution. Elena approached Michael, her eyes narrowed in both concern and intrigue. "Michael, what are you doing here? How did you even get past their security?" she asked, her voice low. Michael chuckled, a sound that seemed out of place in the sterile environment. "I guess I'm just full of surprises," he replied. "But honestly, I didn't do anything special. Everything just shut down as I walked through. Maybe I'm just lucky." Talon, listening intently, interjected, "This is no trivial matter. Our security systems utilize energy patterns that should disable any unauthorized entity. If you are immune, Mr. Torres, there is something unique about you. We need to understand what it is." With a reluctant nod, Michael agreed to be examined. The Kalari used a device that resembled a floating orb of light which hovered around Michael, emitting soft beams that scanned him. The data streamed directly to the monitors, revealing anomalies that puzzled even the Kalari scientists. "His cellular structure is different," one of the Kalari researchers murmured, zooming in on the images displayed. "There are patterns here we've not seen in other humans." "Could it be a mutation? Or perhaps something environmental?" Elena speculated, peering over the scientist's shoulder. "It's possible," Talon acknowledged. "Earth's environment has changed dramatically. Adaptations, even unique ones like this, could have developed." The revelation sparked a flurry of discussions. Could Michael be the beginning of a new evolutionary path for humans? Was his immunity a random mutation, or indicative of a broader potential within the human race? As the analysis continued, Michael seemed unfazed by the attention. Instead, his focus turned to the technologies surrounding him. "You know, Talon, while I've got your attention, there are a couple of things about your tech that could use some human ingenuity," he began, his confidence undimmed by the circumstances. His audacity brought a rare smile to Talon's face. "Perhaps this is an opportunity for us all," he said. "Not only to study this anomaly, but to exchange ideas, our technology for your creativity." Elena realized that this unplanned interaction might just be the bridge needed between the two species. As discussions turned to collaborations, she couldn't help but feel a surge of hope. However, she also knew that such unique traits as Michael's could attract less benevolent interests, both human and possibly alien. The rest of the day was spent in planning. Plans were drafted for joint research initiatives and technology exchanges. However, as the Earth's delegation prepared to leave the ship, an urgent message from the Global Surveillance for Extraterrestrial Activities reached Elena. "Dr. Miles, there's been a development." The voice on the other end sounded tense. "Multiple unidentified objects have entered Earth's orbit. It appears your meeting has garnered a lot of attention. Some of it might not be friendly." The news hit like a cold wave. As they faced potential threats, the newfound alliance between humans and the Kalari was about to be tested much sooner than anyone had anticipated. Back on Earth, the atmosphere at the Global Surveillance for Extraterrestrial Activities Command Center was electric with urgency. Dr. Elena Miles, upon receiving the troubling news of incoming unidentified objects, felt a chill of foreboding. The situation was escalating faster than anyone could have predicted. Elena and her team, along with Michael and a Kalari contingent led by Talon, convened in a crisis room. Walls lined with screens displaying real-time data of the objects' trajectories. The objects were unlike any conventional spacecraft. Their movements were erratic, unpredictable. "These aren't just probes or unmanned vessels," one of the analysts pointed out. "Their flight patterns suggest intelligent control, possibly scouting." Talon, studying the data, added, "They do not match any known Kalari technology, nor do they resemble anything from the known allied or adversarial civilizations in our records." The room grew tense. Elena thought through their options. "If these are scouts from a hostile force, we need to prepare for potential contact. Talon, could your technology help shield Earth?" Talon nodded, his expression grave. "We can deploy a temporary stasis field. It won't stop them, but it could slow them down. Give us time to understand their intentions." As preparations began, Michael, whose unique immunity to Kalari technology had sparked so much interest, approached Elena. "Looks like I picked the right day to crash your alien meet and greet, huh?" he joked, though his eyes were serious. "Maybe I can help test some of your combined defenses." With Michael's involvement, they adapted Kalari technology to integrate with Earth's existing defense systems. The hybrid system was untested, a gamble, but it was the best chance they had. Hours later, as the first of the unidentified objects entered the stasis field, the effect was immediate. The objects slowed, their progress stalling as the field exerted its influence. This provided the team with invaluable time to gather more data and attempt communication. Elena initiated a broadcast, sending out messages in every known language, including mathematical sequences and basic chemical data, hoping something would get through. The response, when it came, was a series of low-frequency pulses, difficult to decipher but clearly a form of communication. "They're responding," Elena announced, relief mixed with anxiety in her voice. "We need to decode these signals fast." As the team worked furiously, another challenge presented itself. Michael, monitoring the defense systems, noticed an anomaly. "The hybrid system, it's starting to overload. Seems like these visitors have some tricks of their own." Talon quickly joined him, analyzing the feedback. "The integration isn't stable. We risk a complete shutdown if we don't adjust the parameters." Working together, they managed to stabilize the system, but the victory was short-lived. The alien pulses were decoded, revealing a stark message: cease resistance, submit for integration, or face eradication. The threat was clear and imminent. Elena felt the weight of her next decisions. Turning to Talon, she asked, "Can we negotiate with them? Find out what they want?" "We can try," Talon replied, "but we must also prepare for the possibility that diplomacy may fail." As the team set up for negotiations, Elena pondered the future. The Earth was standing on the brink, its fate intertwined with that of the Kalari and possibly other galactic entities. The next steps they took would determine not just the survival of their planet, but also the nature of their place in the cosmos. In the dimly lit conference room aboard the Kalari vessel, an air of tense anticipation settled over the assembled team. Dr. Elena Miles, Talon, Michael Torres, and a select group of Earth's and Kalari's finest minds were preparing for what could be the first interstellar negotiation in human history, or the prelude to an intergalactic conflict. Elena initiated the communication link, her voice steady despite the gravity of the situation. "To our unidentified visitors, we extend a greeting of peace and an invitation to dialogue. We wish to understand your intentions and discuss a mutually beneficial resolution." The response came through more quickly this time, a visual transmission flickering to life on the screen. The beings that appeared were markedly different from the Kalari, with chitinous armor and multifaceted eyes that gave nothing away of their emotions. Their leader, or what appeared to be, spoke in a tone that was both resonant and commanding. "We are the Krivak Collective. Your resistance was unexpected. Our objective is simple. Integrate your technologies and biological attributes into the collective. Cooperation will ensure your survival." Talon, standing next to Elena, whispered urgently, "Their culture is collective, absorbing what they encounter. They may not understand our individualistic perspectives." Elena nodded, understanding the challenge. "We value our sovereignty and the diversity of our species. Could there be another form of collaboration we can offer that does not involve loss of our autonomy?" The Krivak leader paused, tilting its head slightly. "Explain your concept of collaboration." Michael stepped forward, his demeanor unexpectedly calm. "What if we shared knowledge instead? You learn from us, we learn from you. No forced integration, just exchange. Maybe even something as simple as trade." The Krivak conferred amongst themselves, their strange clicks and whirs a stark backdrop to the tense silence in the room. Finally, the leader responded, "We will consider this, but know that our patience is finite. We will explore your proposal, but our ships will remain in position." As the transmission ended, the team exhaled in unison, relief mingling with the lingering tension. "Well, that bought us some time, but it's not over," Elena said. "We need to prepare, both our defenses and our negotiation strategies." In the following days, as the Earth and Kalari technicians worked feverishly to strengthen the hybrid defense system, Elena and her diplomatic team crafted a detailed proposal for the Krivak. They outlined a series of educational exchanges, technology sharing sessions, and even joint exploratory missions. Meanwhile, Michael and a team of engineers were adapting the stasis field technology, creating a network that could be quickly deployed to protect key locations on Earth. "Think of it as an emergency shield," Michael explained to the team. "It won't hold forever, but it might just give us the edge we need if talks go south." Talon contributed a Kalari technology that allowed for rapid learning and assimilation of languages and technical knowledge, enhancing the ability of Earth's representatives to negotiate on more equal footing with the Krivak and potentially other alien species. As the deadline approached for the next communication with the Krivak, Elena reviewed their proposal one last time. It was more than a negotiation. It was an overture towards a new way of interacting with the universe. Whether it would be enough to satisfy the Krivak and preserve Earth's independence was an open question, one that carried the weight of countless lives. "We're ready," Elena said, looking around at her diverse team. "Let's show them that Earth isn't just a place to conquer, but a valuable ally to respect." With a deep breath, she opened the channel once more, ready to face whatever response awaited them. The video link activated, casting the room in a soft blue light as the Krivak reappeared on the screen. Their leader's eyes, multifaceted and penetrating, assessed the human and Kalari delegation with an unreadable expression. Elena stepped forward, presenting the Earth-Kalari proposal with precision and clarity. "We offer a structured program of exchange that respects both our sovereignties. We believe that through shared explorations and reciprocal education, both our civilizations can achieve greater advancements than through forceful integration." The Krivak leader listened intently, its antennae twitching slightly as it processed the information. After a pause that seemed to stretch too long, it finally responded. "Your proposal is unique in its structure. We are intrigued by the concept of mutual advancement without assimilation. We will trial this program on a provisional basis." A collective sigh of relief swept through the room, tempered quickly by the realization of the immense work that lay ahead. The Krivak's agreement to trial the proposal meant that Earth and its allies would need to quickly demonstrate the benefits of this peaceful cooperation. "Thank you," Elena said. "We look forward to learning from each other and building a relationship based on mutual respect." As the communications link dimmed, strategic planning kicked into high gear. The first exchange was to occur within a week, a technology symposium aboard a neutral spacecraft, designed to showcase innovations from Earth, Kalari, and Krivak technologies. Elena and Talon worked closely, selecting the technologies and experts that would best represent Earth's ingenuity and the Kalari's advanced understanding of energy and space. Meanwhile, Michael took charge of fortifying the hybrid defense systems, integrating Kalari energy patterns with human engineering to form a more robust shield network. His work, initially met with skepticism by traditional defense agencies, now received the full backing of global governments, spurred by the urgency of the diplomatic trials. Days later, aboard the designated symposium ship, a marvel of engineering itself, representatives from the three civilizations gathered. The ship, positioned in orbit around a neutral moon, served as a symbol of the tentative yet hopeful alliance being forged. The Kryvak, traditionally reclusive and pragmatic, brought to the table their advanced biointegration technologies, which could seamlessly heal injuries and extend life. The humans shared their breakthroughs in artificial intelligence and robotics, while the Kalari showcased their mastery of energy manipulation, which could power cities with minimal environmental impact. Elena, attending each session, noted the fascination and wary curiosity from all sides. The discussions were technical, yet underpinned by a growing sense of camaraderie, as each group witnessed the potential benefits of the other's innovations. However, amidst the progress, a sudden alert shifted the symposium's tone. The defense systems aboard the ship detected an unauthorized approach, another alien faction, unknown and unannounced, moving towards them rapidly. The symposium paused as all eyes turned to the viewing ports. A sleek, dark vessel, unlike any seen before, cut through space towards them. Its intentions unclear, its design unfamiliar. It represented yet another variable in the already delicate balance of interstellar relations. Talon turned to Elena, his expression tense. This could be a test or a threat. We must be ready for either. Elena nodded, her resolve firm. Let's handle this the way we've planned, with diplomacy first but ready to defend if necessary. As the unknown ship halted just outside of engagement range, communication systems crackled to life. A new voice, cold and metallic, spoke. We have been observing. We are interested in your experiment of cooperation. We wish to observe and possibly participate. The challenge of managing one precarious alliance was daunting enough. The entry of another player made the chessboard infinitely more complex. Elena, drawing a deep breath, prepared to extend the hand of diplomacy once again, wondering if this new encounter would bolster their burgeoning alliance or shatter it completely. On the symposium ship orbiting the neutral moon, tension escalated rapidly as the unknown vessel maintained its position, a silent observer casting a shadow over the gathering. Elena, alongside Talon and representatives from the Kryvak, approached the communication terminal, ready to engage with this new potential ally or adversary. The voice that crackled through the speaker was devoid of warmth, its mechanical timbre hinting at a highly advanced technological origin. We are the Javran. Your collaborative efforts have piqued our interest. We wish to understand the bounds of your alliance and the extent of your shared technologies. Elena responded, her voice steady despite the undercurrent of anxiety. We welcome your interest in our cooperation initiative. Like you, we believe in the power of learning and growing together. We invite you to join our discussions and share your perspectives and technologies. The Javran were quick to accept the invitation, but insisted on strict terms for their participation. They would observe initially, without direct involvement, and decide on their engagement based on the proceedings' transparency and outcomes. As the symposium resumed, the presence of the Javran loomed large. Their ship, a sleek construct that reflected a dark, mirror-like surface, hovered close, a constant reminder of the broader universe's complexities and unknowns. During the sessions, the Earth and Kalari teams presented a joint project that had been in stealth mode until now. A universal translator that used a combination of artificial intelligence and quantum computing to facilitate real-time, multi-species communication. The demonstration was successful, eliciting nods of approval and murmurs of interest from the Kryvak and cautious observation from the Javran. The Kryvak showcased their bio-integration techniques, offering a live demonstration on a volunteer from their species. The process was both fascinating and unsettling to the human and Kalari observers, as they watched the volunteer's minor injury being seamlessly healed by a symbiotic nano-device. In a bid to showcase their commitment to mutual growth and respect, the Kalari then offered insight into their energy manipulation technologies. specifically how these could be adapted to power long-duration space missions, potentially reducing the need for resource exploitation on habitable planets. As the day drew to a close, the Javran finally broke their silence. Their representative, a figure shrouded in a reflective suit that obscured any hint of their form, spoke. "Your endeavors are commendable. We are particularly intrigued by the Universal Translator and wish to test its capabilities further. We propose a more substantial integration into this symposium." Their proposal was met with mixed feelings. While their interest validated the symposium's success, their mysterious nature and sudden shift from observation to active participation raised concerns. Elena convened a private meeting with Talon and the Krivak leader to discuss the Javran's request. They agreed on cautious engagement, allowing the Javran to test the translator but under strict supervision and limited access to the underlying technology. As preparations were made for another day of enriched dialogues and demonstrations, Elena felt the weight of leadership more acutely than ever. Each decision could tip the precarious balance of this interstellar meeting. That night, as the symposium ship orbited silently, the stars beyond seemed to watch and wait, their twinkling lights a reminder of the endless possibilities and dangers that lay in the vast expanse of space. The echoes of the unknown resonated through the ship, a symphony of potential and peril that awaited them in the days to come. As the new day dawned aboard the symposium ship, the delegates reconvened with a palpable sense of purpose. The Javran's proposal from the previous day had injected a new level of complexity into the negotiations, but also a potential for groundbreaking advancements in interspecies communication and cooperation. Elena, having discussed the strategy extensively with Talon and the Krivak leader, approached the symposium with a revised agenda that would accommodate the Javran's participation while safeguarding the core technologies developed by the Earth-Kalari Alliance. The Javran representative, whom they had started to refer to as Sail, joined the morning session. Sail's appearance was striking, tall, with limbs that seemed to articulate in several places, and covered in a shimmering suit that continually adapted its color and texture. The suit itself appeared to be a form of technology, integrated deeply with its wearer. "Sail, welcome to our discussions," Elena began, extending a hand in a human gesture of greeting, which Sail mimicked awkwardly, the movement slightly delayed and overly precise. "We appreciate your participation and are keen to learn from each other," she continued. "Today we will focus on practical demonstrations of our technologies, including the Universal Translator, and invite you to share insights into your own advancements." Sail nodded, its voice modulating through the translator with a metallic tinge. "We are prepared to engage. Our interests align with the pursuit of knowledge and the expansion of our collective capabilities." The session proceeded with the Javran observing closely as Michael led a demonstration of the Universal Translator. He conversed with a Krivak scientist, their complex biochemical language fluently rendered into English and then back into the Krivak's clicks and whirs. Sael intervened with a proposal. "We possess advanced computational algorithms that could enhance the translator's efficiency and adaptability. We offer these in exchange for a deeper integration into your developmental protocols." Elena paused, considering the offer. The potential to improve the translator was tempting, but sharing their developmental protocols could expose their technologies to replication or exploitation. She proposed a compromise. "We appreciate your offer, Sael. Let's start with a joint task force to explore integration possibilities that respect our respective security concerns." Sael agreed, and a smaller mixed-species team was formed to explore the technical collaboration. This task force would operate under strict guidelines to ensure that all parties felt their intellectual properties were respected and protected. Meanwhile, Talon presented the latest in Kalari energy systems, which used quantum entanglement to transmit power over vast distances without significant loss. The demonstration impressed all, including Sael, who seemed particularly intrigued by the potential applications of such technology. As the day unfolded, the symposium became a hive of shared knowledge and cautious negotiation. The Earth and Kalari delegates worked seamlessly, their earlier trepidations eased by the constructive contributions from the Krivak, and now the Javran. However, just as the symposium was drawing to a close, A sudden alert disrupted the proceedings. The ship's sensors detected an anomaly in nearby space, an energy signature of unknown origin, growing rapidly. The immediate concern was that it could be a new threat or another unknown entity wishing to join or disrupt the symposium. Elena convened an emergency session with all delegates. "We face a new situation," she announced, projecting the sensor readings onto the main screen. "Our priority must be to maintain the security of this symposium and to deal with this unknown entity collaboratively." The gathered representatives nodded their agreement, the previous day's negotiations having forged a tentative but real sense of unity among them. They prepared to face this new challenge together, their newfound alliance about to be tested by whatever waited in the dark of space. The symposium ship, now a crucible of interstellar diplomacy, hummed with activity as the delegates prepared to address the mysterious energy signature encroaching on their location. The gathered species, human, Kalari, Krivak, and Javran, stood before the main view screen, watching as the anomaly grew clearer. The energy signature did not match any known database entries, presenting a formless mass of energy pulsing rhythmically, like a heart beating in the void of space. Elena, alongside Talon and Sale, coordinated the monitoring efforts, each bringing their unique technological perspectives to the fore. "We need to establish communication immediately," Elena suggested. "Whatever or whoever they are, understanding their intent is crucial." Talon nodded, activating a device that sent out a series of harmonic frequencies, designed to mimic the universal greeting codes used in deep space exploration. The response was almost instantaneous, but not in the form they expected. Instead of a communicative reply, the anomaly began to change shape, forming a swirling vortex of light and energy. Sale, analyzing the data streaming in, voiced a hypothesis. "It appears to be a form of sentient energy. Perhaps it communicates and interacts through energy patterns rather than verbal or digital communications." As they pondered this possibility, the Krivak chimed in, their leader suggesting a more direct approach. "We could attempt to integrate a part of it with our biotech interface. It might give us better insights into its structure and composition." With consensus from the group, they carefully extended a filament of biotechnical equipment towards the anomaly. The moment the Krivak technology touched the swirling energy, the vortex pulsed brightly, then stabilized into a coherent form, a sphere of light that projected a holographic array of intricate patterns. The patterns were complex, resembling a kind of language or map. Elena and the team worked feverishly to decode it, using the universal translator as a basis for breaking down the symbols. Slowly, a message began to form, revealing the entity as a collective consciousness that had evolved in the depths of a nebula rich in exotic energies. "We are the nebular sentience," the translated message read. "Exploration and understanding are our pursuit. We seek to learn from and share with other forms of life." Relief mixed with wonder filled the room. Another player had joined the cosmic table, not with hostility, but with curiosity and a desire for mutual growth. Elena responded warmly, welcoming the nebular sentience and inviting it to join their ongoing symposium. As the discussions resumed, now richer with the participation of a non-corporeal entity, the delegates explored the implications of this unprecedented gathering. They discussed forming a new coalition, a united galactic initiative, that would work towards peaceful exploration and the sharing of knowledge among all present species and potentially others yet to be discovered. Elena proposed the creation of a shared space station as the coalition's headquarters, where representatives and researchers from all civilizations could work together, learn from each other, and manage their shared interests in the galaxy. The proposal was met with enthusiastic agreement, and as the symposium drew to a close, plans were set in motion to establish this new frontier of interstellar cooperation. Each species contributed their unique strengths to the project: human ingenuity, Kalari energy technology, Krivak bioengineering, Javran computational algorithms, and now nebular energy insights. As the ship prepared to disperse, with each delegation returning to their respective territories to secure approvals and resources, Elena stood at the viewport, looking out at the stars. The universe seemed a little less vast and mysterious. now filled with allies and the promise of shared futures. She mused on the journey ahead, the challenges they would face, and the opportunities that lay in the uncharted stars. With a sense of accomplishment and anticipation, Elena felt ready to step into this new chapter of human existence, forever altered by the alliances forged in the depths of space. As the delegates returned to their respective worlds, the momentum for the newly proposed United Galactic Initiative, UGI, only grew. Each civilization, energized by the potential of what they could achieve together, began the complex process of ratifying the agreement and committing resources to the shared space station project. On Earth, Elena spearheaded the effort, presenting the benefits of the UGI to global leaders and the public. With the support of Talon and other alien representatives, she showcased the technologies and knowledge gained from the symposium, emphasizing how these advances could solve pressing issues like energy scarcity and environmental degradation. In parallel, the Kalari focused on the engineering aspects of the space station, which they proposed to power using their advanced quantum entanglement technology. This would ensure a sustainable energy source that could support the station and its various scientific endeavors. The Krivak, intrigued by the potential for broader biological research and exchange, offered their bioengineering labs as a key feature of the station. These labs would allow for unprecedented collaboration in medical sciences and genetic research, potentially leading to breakthroughs in longevity and disease treatment. The Javran, with their computational might, designed the station's core operating systems, ensuring that the infrastructure would be both secure and capable of accommodating the diverse technological needs of all the member species. Meanwhile, the nebular sentients contributed a unique perspective on communication and navigation in space, suggesting designs for a communication array that could operate across the vast distances of space without degradation of signal. Construction of the station began in orbit around a neutral, uninhabited planet, chosen for its strategic location at the nexus of several wormhole junctions, making it accessible to all coalition members. The planet itself, a serene globe with vast oceans and uninhabited continents, was designated as a natural reserve, a symbol of the coalition's commitment to preserving and studying natural environments. Elena often found herself on site, overseeing the construction and integration of the different technologies. The work was not without its challenges. Differences in engineering philosophies and technical specifications required constant adjustment and compromise. However, the shared goal of creating something greater than the sum of its parts drove the project forward. As the space station, named the Nexus of Understanding, took shape, its architecture reflecting the aesthetics and functional needs of its diverse creators, it became a beacon of hope and cooperation. The station was equipped with research labs, living quarters, and diplomatic halls, designed to facilitate ongoing dialogue and joint projects. The inauguration of the Nexus was a momentous occasion. Delegates from all participating civilizations gathered to celebrate the achievement. The event was broadcast throughout all territories, a historic moment witnessed by billions across the galaxy. In her inaugural speech, Elena reflected on the journey they had embarked upon together. Today, we stand not just as representatives of our own worlds, but as members of a united galactic community. The Nexus is not merely a station. It is a testament to what we can accomplish when we choose cooperation over conflict, understanding over ignorance. As the celebrations concluded, the delegates convened in the first official session of the UGI, discussing agendas ranging from scientific research collaborations to defense strategies against potential external threats. The coalition also established protocols for welcoming other species into their alliance, setting the stage for a more inclusive and expansive interstellar community. Elena, looking out at the stars from the viewing deck of the Nexus, felt a profound sense of achievement and optimism. The universe was vast, filled with mysteries and challenges, but now humanity and its allies were better equipped to face them. Together. As the Nexus spun silently in the starlit void, it was a monument to unity and a forward base for the adventures to come.